Because I work with Swiss skincare for the past 19 years, there are two questions I get asked all the time. First, is it the best skincare in the world? Second, why is it always the price on the higher side? And this is Yvonne, by the way, which is a very special friend.
Oh!
Sorry that Yvonne couldn't stay, she's too distracting and she's too noisy. Maybe one day we include her full in a video and you will be what the mess is all about. Welcome to The Age Traveler, my name is Custodio. I worked for 30 years in the beauty industry. With The Age Traveler, I intend to shake up skincare ideas and always give an honest advice coming from an industry insider. So let's go straight to answering the first question. Is Swiss skincare the best skincare in the world? Well, question is a little bit exaggerated. Maybe there is not one best thing in the world in any category, but many different good things. Swiss skincare has a peculiar DNA because the seed, the mother of Swiss skincare, it's actually medical, pharmaceutical and clinics, luxury clinics in Switzerland. Most famous Swiss brands, most established and brands carrying a longer heritage. I would say this can be 5 brands. They all have as common denominator, if we go back in time, they do have a connection with some medical clinic or with some doctors. I just mentioned a number 5. I just mentioned my personal number 5 for Swiss brands, saying that there are, in my eyes, 5 brands which do have an heritage and a connection with those original initial clinics that define what Swiss skincare was about to be until today as an aura. So those 5 brands are La Prairie, the first and the oldest Swiss brand, Valmont as the second one. I'm following chronologically, La Prairie, Valmont, then comes my Swissline and Cell Cosmet, both at the same time, and the 5th will be Swiss Perfection. I'm not here opening any war. There are many other Swiss brands made in Switzerland. This doesn't reflect in any way the quality. I'm not questioning that some brands I didn't mention might have a lot of quality. I'm just saying that in my eyes, in my brain, in my heart, these are the 5 brands. I track heritage and find that they have common roots, and I respect these 5 brands, if nothing else, based on that heritage. So medical heritage as part of the DNA, I would say, makes Swiss skincare come across as unique. It really matters, this initial seed planting, because probably the destiny of a skincare brand which evolves from fashion, from fragrance, from color cosmetics can never be exactly the same as a skincare brand which evolves from a medical partners and R&D background, which is more hand in hand with pharmaceutical industry. And this brings us to another of the pillars to make this aura, which is exactly pharmaceutical industry. Some of the biggest pharma groups are based in Switzerland. They are either Swiss or German, having both laboratories in the 2 countries. So this means a lot for Swiss formulation. We can actually access a lot of innovation all the time, which is coming not specifically from skincare industry, it's coming from dermatological, pharmaceutical side, and we can merge the best of both worlds. I always believe that Swiss skincare tends to have these perfect combination between a bit of glamour, because let's not forget that some of those medical clinics I'm talking about back then in time, some of the medical clinics where today my brand Swissline is available, they are always very high-end, and there is a certain lifestyle which is also communicated as the service, as the quality that Switzerland stands for. So in a nutshell, 3 pillars for an aura around Swiss skincare: the medical heritage, which is the past, Today, the pharmaceutical industry, very close connection, and the work ethics that make quality control, that make all the procedures to bring a product, which is something absolutely fascinating. One day I want to do a video just sharing how a product is born from the very beginning till the very end. Not all of them have the same story. Many products begin in a different point, but there are certain routines. And Switzerland is really an example to bring things to perfection. And then the word perfection brings us to the second question, which is a very tricky one. Why are we talking about a higher end price positioning more or less across the board? Well, perfection costs money, and I'm really not implying that price is always proportion or a sign of quality. This would be extremely misleading, and this would actually not be the truth. What I believe is the truth, and that's the truth I don't fear shaking up, is that there is an average price which reflects the cost of living and all those working ethics in Switzerland. So manufacturing a product in Switzerland costs 3-4 times more than developing a product in the neighbors, France, Italy, or Germany. I must say I feel very comfortable to say this because, as you can check from all my videos, whenever mentioning products I love, products I've tested, products I'm endorsing and advising, not only I don't restrict ever to my own brand or to Swiss brands, very often I mix the brands because I said it in the very beginning, that's a nonsense to think that only Swiss skincare it's good. So I try to mix different brands to give you ideas, and if you read in between the lines, that means that you can find good products at different price levels. Swiss skincare, real exciting Swiss skincare, it's not only about the concentrations, it's about bioavailability. How is that ingredient permeating the skin and accessing skin cells at a deeper level? So bioavailability, just because you have a concentration, it doesn't mean that concentration it's bioavailable. So to make it bioavailable, you might need some vectors, transport systems, some carriers. You might need to have some complementary enzymes, to have fermented ingredients. So it's this very rounded way of formulating, which is characteristic of Swiss formulation, and it has been my passion. I can tell you that these last 12 years in product development have been very exciting. I've enjoyed it a lot. I've worked for American companies. I've worked for Elizabeth Arden many years. I worked 9 years for a French company called Chanel. I don't know if you have heard. It's a small brand. And working now with Swiss brands, I can tell you that when it comes to skincare, the way to develop a product, it's really something very unique. So it's totally open game to you to try it. Normally, the more bioavailability makes the products more concentrated. You can try to use less amount and make the products last longer. But these are many things we can talk in different videos. So the last message, which is more of an invitation, stay around the Age Traveler. I'm sure we'll find a way to bring my dear Yvonne and maybe some of the siblings to the videos now and then. Actually, they're already complaining that the door is closed. So they are the ones deciding that I should say goodbye. And thank you for being here. Say no to boring skincare always. With a lot of passion for Swiss skincare and all other forms of skincare in the world, subscribe, follow, and please leave a comment down.